Hello and welcome everyone. This is Kaylin's English podcast. This podcast is designed for English learners. I'm here to help you practice your listening skills. I'm Kaylin, a professional English teacher on italki. How are you today? I could be better, but I can't really complain. How are you doing today? I'm swell, thanks for asking. Today, let us talk about one of my favorite things since childhood, video games. While growing up, I was lucky enough to have many different ways to play video games. And even luckier that I have many older siblings as they were able to buy many game consoles and games using their own money. The technology has become really advanced since my first days playing games. Let me take you through the various game consoles and games that I've played or continue to play to this day. I'm going to start this episode by talking about my first ever experience of gaming. The first video games that I played as a young child were computer games. My family owned a computer that required floppy disks, and using special codes to get to play the discs. We had Jeopardy, which I played often. If you don't know what Jeopardy is, it is a quiz game show on television that they had turned into a computer game. The object of the game was to, of course, answer correctly as many questions as possible. You had to play with 3 players. Whether they were real people or just computer-based ones. I at times played with my siblings or parents. Jeopardy was a fun game that also enabled you to learn things, which is why I think my parents bought it. That, and we all loved the television show. We also had action shooting games such as Doom and Jazz the Jackrabbit. I really enjoyed playing Jazz the Jackrabbit. The main character, of course, was a jackrabbit named Jazz, and it was a platforming game. Platform games have a core objective to move the player character between points in a rendered environment. The character may have to do various things in these games like defeat enemies, climb things, swing from objects like vines, jump off walls, bounce on things, and possibly glide through the air. We also had Tetris, which is a block puzzle game. I was never very good at Tetris, but I do love playing it on occasion. Besides computer games, we also had Nintendo game consoles. The first one that I was able to play was the Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the NES. I loved playing Mario. I defeated Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3. These are platforming games like Jazz the Jackrabbit. I also played Mario Kart, which is a racing game. I have never been very good at racing games, so it was rare that I would win this game. I think at least one of my brothers let me win occasionally. When I was a bit older, my sister got another one of these consoles, and we would play some classic games from when we were kids. We enjoyed Duck Hunt, which is a shooting game where, of course, you try to shoot virtual ducks. We also played quiz games. Super Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as SNES or Super NES, was our next gaming console. My all-time favorite game is on that console, which is Super Mario World. I also loved Super Mario All-Stars, Donkey Kong Country, The Legend of Zelda: A Link in Time, and Street Fighter. Street Fighter was a fighting game with unique characters that would have special moves. One of the characters used electricity as their special move, and another character had a fast kick move. It was a lot of fun to play this game with my brothers. We would have tournaments to see who the best player was. Later on, we had a Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo 64, also known as N64, Nintendo Wii, and a PlayStation 2. We also had Mario games for each of the Nintendo game systems. Mario changed a lot over the years, and it is cool to see what Nintendo does with him for each new game and console that they release. The Nintendo Wii was the first motion sensing console, which means that you need to physically move the controller to do various actions on the screen. I really enjoyed playing Wii Sports, which had tennis, bowling, running, basketball, hula hooping, golf, and many other sports to play. I especially enjoyed bowling and golf. I was pretty good at bowling, but just okay at golf. Currently, I have a Nintendo Switch. Of course, I have Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart. We also have 2 Pokemon games and an Animal Crossing New Horizons. Animal Crossing New Horizons is a game that requires patience, as you create and maintain an island with villagers. You are a human character, and your villagers are various animals. You can build houses and businesses on the island, as well as chop down trees, fish, catch insects, and collect fossils, and artwork. You are also able to build various things like furniture and tools. The various characters in the game are quite funny, and use many puns when speaking. Something that is amazing that is newer technology is virtual reality. This technology has become quite advanced and enables people to immerse themselves into the action. There are many different types of games such as shooting, sports, exercise, cooking, and horror that you can play. I have not played much VR except one game, and it was an attempt from a friend to scare me, but it did not work. I am interested in buying a VR headset eventually, as I do want to try the games for exercise purposes. Video games have become extremely advanced in technology and graphics, and I'm excited to see how things change even more over time. I am also appreciative that I can still play classic games in their systems. Recently, I played an arcade where I got to play pinball and other classic games like the original Donkey Kong, the one where he throws barrels at Mario after kidnapping the princess. I think that is enough for one day. Before going, I will of course recap various words and phrases from this episode. Gaming, Nintendo, platform games, platformer, motion sensing, racing games, shooting games, computer-based, chop down trees, puns, virtual reality, VR, and VR headset. Gaming is such fun and can be a relaxing activity as well. I'm excited to see what happens in the gaming world next. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like more content, then please subscribe to this podcast. You can also support me on Patreon. Find me by typing in Kaylin Teacher. On Patreon, you can gain early access to the podcast and transcriptions. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kaylin_teacher. Thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, bye!